Good morning, Fergus. I'm sure all of you seniors have noticed the countdown in the lobby, and we all know that means graduation is right around the corner. We've got a second-time freshman to tell you what you need to know about college.
Hey guys, we're here with Mackenzie Guire, and she's with her first year at Bozeman. Okay, Kenzie, all of us seniors are wondering, what do we need to bring to college, like school supplies?
Well, basically, make sure that you have your stuff to get your dorm room set up. For books and stuff, you're going to buy that when you get there. Your classes will send you a list of books that you need. If you're going into math classes, you do not need the calculator like most people think you do, because as soon as you hit calculus, they're not going to let you use that calculator. Notebooks, pencils, and pencil sharpeners, if you still use like non-mechanical pencils like I do, because they don't have pencil sharpeners in every classroom like they do in high school. If you're into like eating, a refrigerator, TV maybe, I don't know, just like stuff like that for your room.
All right, and do you have a roommate?
I do have a roommate.
How's that experience going?
I don't like her. I know a lot of people that have really close relationships with their roommates and have become really good friends with them, but you know, some people just don't click with their roommate. When I filled up my dorm room thing, it's important to be really honest with yourself when you do that, because I looked back at some of the things I entered. For example, I put that I was really into arts and crafts in my free time, which is not me, and I think that had to do with like some of the things that don't match up between me and my roommate. But don't worry, like, it's not a big deal. We're still respectful with each other. I don't know very many kids that have horrible experiences with their roommates. Well, as far as high-stakes testing goes, high-stakes testing is something that you encounter in college. My first semester I had a class where 70% of the final grade was the final.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
To make sure you don't gain the freshman 15, you have to make smart choices when it comes to the cafeteria. But what happens when you're at the end of the line and they completely run out of food? Here's Scott with the answers.
The lunchroom. Students eat lunch here every day, but some students don't believe they're getting their fair share. They say that there's not enough food to feed everyone in the school, and that the last students in line often get left out.
It makes me very, very irate. When I go into the lunch line, I specifically go for a specific meal, and when that meal is not there, I'm angry.
Like when you get to the end of the hot lunch line, there's usually nothing left of the main course, and so you end up getting like nachos.
According to them, this is a big problem.
Like if you don't get the right lunch, you aren't able to focus throughout the day because you're hungry, or you don't have the energy to focus.
How often does this happen to you?
Most every day.
It generally is like the last 5 people at least.
It can happen from anywhere to 5 to 10 people.
So we asked around to see if there were any precautions in place to prevent this from happening.
We resort to extra stuff we have, like a la carte and extra sandwiches, Boscos, things like that. We haven't done that.
Being some of the oldest kids in town, we know we're supposed to be role models. Jenna and Taylor travel into town and see who the younger kids look up to.
I'm Taylor Jensen, and I'm here with Andy Butcher. Andy, do you consider yourself a role model to the younger kids?
Of course I do.
Why?
Because I'm cool like that.
Okay, thanks.
Do you think you're a high school hero?
In some ways yes, in some ways no.
Can you explain why?
I guess I treat people all the same. I try to be nice to everyone, and I don't pick on the freshmen like a lot of seniors do.
Annie, do you consider yourself a role model to those younger generations?
Yes.
Can you tell me why?
Well, I don't really have younger siblings, but my nieces always want to hang out and stuff, so.
What's your name?
Jake.
And who's your high school hero?
Andy Butcher.
Why is that?
Because I like basketball, and he's a basketball player too.
All right, thank you.
Isabella. Who's your high school hero?
Jennifer Kleeman.
Why?
Because she's really nice to me, and she's a cheerleader, and I really look up to her.
What's your name?
Colin Thomas.
Who's your high school hero?
Dylan Stenseth.
Why?
Well, he taught me how to play basketball, sort of.
What's your name?
Jet Boyce.
And who's your high school hero?
Cody Boyce.
And why's that?
Because he helps me with stuff.
Hi, what's your name?
Haley Miller.
And who do you look up to in the high school?
I look up to you because you're really nice and you come and you know my grandma and grandpa really well.
What's your name?
Lily Griffin.
And who's your high school hero?
Adia Gore.
And why's that?
Because she's a really good Christian, and I look up to her for being a good Christian.
What's your name?
Christian.
And who's your high school hero?
Andy.
Why is that?
He's nice, my friend. Andy's a good basketball player.
What's your name?
Nicole Willett.
And who's your high school hero?
Sydney Stivers.
And why is she your hero?
Because she taught me how to swim.
Hi, what's your name?
Aubrey.
Aubrey, who's your high school hero?
Annie.
Why?
Because I look up to her.
Hi, what's your name?
Kobe the Rock.
And who do you look up to in the high school?
Sydney Stivers.
And why do you look up to her?
Because she's really nice.
What's your name?
Carson Barta.
And who's your high school hero?
Skylar.
Why is that?
Because he rides the bus and he sits by me.
What's your name?
Bryce Graham.
And who do you look up to in the high school?
Kyle Perry.
And why do you look up to Kyle?
Because my dad coached him and he's nice.
What's your name?
Allison Denton.
And who's your high school hero?
Hans Peterson.
Why?
Because I looked up to him.
McLean. Because she is fair with everybody, and she has been very nice to me, and she was my jump rope teacher and my cheerleading teacher.
I hope this spring weather is treating some of you well. Here's Lexi with the scoop.
Word around school is that everyone is getting spring fever. But what happens when it's blizzarding outside? It just so happens we don't have very many happy kids around the school. Let's listen to their opinions on the weather. Hi Fergus, my name's Lexi Hare and we're here with Jen Klingeman on this really crappy day at Fergus High. So Jen, what did you do yesterday?
Yesterday I was outside all day. I rode horses for a while and then I went out to the ranch and shot some guns for a while.
That sounds great. Now what did you do when you woke up this morning and saw that it was blizzarding and had like 1.5 feet of snow? Did you think that maybe we shouldn't come to school?
I thought I wasn't coming to school, so I slept until 7:30.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about being school today?
I'm very upset. I almost want to lie and say that I live out of town and just walk home. Because really, I only live like 200 yards down the hill, but I don't think we should be here.
Agreed. Thank you. Hey Fergus, we're here with Carson. Carson, how are you today?
I'm pretty crappy, Lexi.
Oh, why is that?
Because it snowed like 2 feet of snow last night and it was super nice yesterday.
Yeah, that's very true. What did you do yesterday?
I was outside a lot. We played basketball at Garfield and it was super nice out. And then I woke up this morning and just was kind of pissed off, and you're kind of pissing me off by asking me about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How do you feel like being—
I don't want to talk about it! Hi, Lexi. Track started last week and the weather was nice, yes. Today it sucks. We'll have to figure out something to do in here, but other than that, it's going really good. Thank you.
Why are you riding your stationary bike right now?
Because there's snow on the ground.
Are you happy about the snow on the ground?
No.
But he's crying, Fergus.
I'm pinched.
We need people in here.
I hate school.
We hate school.
School sucks. I like it.
There's snow on my ankle. SOS. If snow touches your ankle, leave. Let's go.
The snow makes me want to die.
You shouldn't be at school today.
Like seriously, what if us super pasty people get lost?
Yeah.
Search and rescue will take years to find us. Years. Like Taylor used to be all pasty white, but now she's good. But the rest of us who don't fake and bake, we're screwed. We walk out there, it's like, oh my God, where'd he go? There's no hope for us.
All right, so, I was in the weight room getting my grunts on, and someone's coming in, they're like, Andrew, it's snowing outside. I'm like, what? So I go outside, it's pouring snow everywhere. I'm like, why am I even here? I don't even have a car. I gotta walk home. I mean, at least I'll get my leg workout in and everything, but that's just cold. It gets wet. And then Mr. Fellow's like, dude, what? I'm gonna be buried in that crap out there. Out there, right there, the door's up. It's cold in here. It's even getting even colder. What? Oh yeah, I don't blend in either. If anyone's supposed to be coming here and killing all of us, I'd be the first to go. I'll pop out of that snow like yellow on black. It's creepy. And I'm
With prom coming up, everybody's getting in the music mood. Hot 8, a New Orleans band, will be performing at FHS tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Look for the jazz band kids to buy a $10 ticket to see them perform.
Montana Jazz Festival is happening this week at Fergus High School. Thursday night is the Hot 8 Brass Band from New Orleans. Also the Fergus High School Choraleers and Jazz Band. Tickets are $10. Concert starts at 7 o'clock. Friday night is a free concert. It's the All-State Jazz Band and All-State Jazz Choir. There are 9 students who are participating in the All-State Jazz Bands and several choir students in the All-State Jazz Choir. That show also starts at 7 on Friday and is free. See you there.
Hopefully, the next time we see you, the school will be full of flip-flops instead of hats and mittens.
Over and out, Fergus.